The final season of Cobra Kai is off to a slightly slower but steady start. To close out the story and give the characters a proper send-off, the sixth and final season of Cobra Kai has been split into 3 parts, each consisting of 5 episodes. While this certainly means Season 6 has plenty of room to breathe, it could also lead to some overly lengthy parts that would have benefited from being shorter. And while Part 1 has some strong moments, it suffers from slower pacing. Resuming where Season 5 left off, Karate Kid Part 3 antagonist Terry Silver was arrested, putting an end to his scheme to use the Sekai Teikai International Karate Tournament to spread the harsh teachings of Cobra Kai around the globe. Daniel LaRusso, Johnny Lawrence, and their Miyagi-Do students are getting ready for the big Sekai Teikai Tournament, an international karate competition where the best of the best would travel to Barcelona to prove their dojo is the mightiest in the 6th and final season of the martial arts comedy. Additionally, we saw the Sekai Teikai Championship and the fighters who would be competing, among them, a very unexpected addition to the Cobra Kai team. For the first time in Episode 5, the Miyagi-Do crew had to choose which male and female fighters would be the team captains because the Sekai Teikai organizers required the dojos to submit their completed roster before the tournament. Robbie Keane and Miguel Diaz are the male competitors, while Tori Nichols and Sam LaRusso are vying for the female spot. Daniel tells The Gathering the captains aren't just the ones leading the team. They're the ones who will be fighting in the finals, if we can make it that far. Johnny gives the group further instructions in response to the pressure, making them watch movies starring Eric Roberts and aiming beer bottles at them to test their equilibrium. After each pair engages in a head-to-head match, Robbie defeats Miguel to become Miyagi-Do's male captain. When Tori leaves the dojo, Sam automatically takes over as the female captain. Season 6's first 5 episodes feature Johnny and Daniel squabbling over how to instruct the Miyagi-Do trainees. When Johnny finds out that Daniel is secretly instructing Miguel and Sam, he becomes even more enraged with Daniel, accusing him of shoehorning his old macho things into the lessons. At the captain competition, the long-simmering animosity between the two senseis erupts, with Johnny siding with Tori but the LaRussos opting to break up her battle with Sam. Daniel explains to Johnny that fighting with fury is not the Miyagi-Do method, but Johnny is tired of hearing about Miyagi and calls the elderly sensei a thief and a liar. Daniel responds by punching Johnny in the face, and Johnny says he and Daniel are done for good after Sekai Teikai is ended. Daniel and Chosen Taguchi find a long-hidden box under some floorboards in Miyagi-Do earlier in the season. The box, which appears to have been abandoned by their former sensei, contains strange discoveries like a passport under a different name in newspaper articles that describe a robbery and assault that Miyagi committed when he was younger. The majority of Season 6 is devoted to Daniel's struggle with the realization that the man he believed he knew, the man whose lessons he has followed all these years at Miyagi-Do, does not match the man he is discovering through the secret box. Daniel discovers another unexpected fact about Mr. Miyaga's past at the end of Episode 5. He, too, was a competitor at Sekai Teikai. This realization comes after he receives the official headbands for the tournament. And now for Part 1's major cliffhanger. Tori finds herself in for a surprise when she runs into Kreese in the parking lot following her mother's physician's appointment. He tells her, wanting to steal her for Cobra Kai. I never thought I'd see the day when the Queen Cobra would join the enemy. When push comes to shove, they'll always find a reason to keep you second fiddle to a LaRusso's kid. But she refuses to fall for it, saying, I'm not yours, even though I'm a champion. But in Episode 5, Tori's life drastically changes as her mother passes away from a pulmonary embolism. For the most part of the episode, Tori grieves in private, that is, until her commander and Sam square off. Amanda receives a call informing her that Tori is lost. Thus, the struggle is put on hold even though it is obvious that Tori is using her pain as fuel. Out of respect, Daniel asks that the fight stop, but Tori is determined that she be allowed to go on. My mom would have wanted this. I must finish this for her. Even with Johnny's backing, Tori is not permitted to go on. Disappointed with the choice, she leaves Miyagi-Do. When Tori reappears to Sekai Teikai in the closing scenes of Episode 5, it's not as a part of Daniel and Johnny's team. No, it appears that she accepted Kreese's offer and is currently fighting with Team Cobra Kai.